Brother, I can't thank you enough for what that experience meant for me.
Yeah, I got
Um,
goosebumps again, Zach.
and
And it's in this role as a marketer, it, often I get like people be like, "Oh, why NASCAR?" Right? Or what? Why would you choose that over this? Or constantly having to. There's always choices when it comes to spending budget. It was all that way the whole time at Best Buy, and it currently is in my current role and what I do. But I really firmly believe in this sport because of everything we just talked about. And, that's not to knock anything else. Like, I love the NFL,
yep,
absolutely love it. Right. And I've gotten to do some amazing things there and have great experiences and similar, but there's still nothing else. There is no other sport where on any given weekend, you can stand next to the driver 10 minutes before he gets into his race car and goes and does his job. And then once you're done with that, then you get to go sit on top of that pit box. You're part of the team. You're one step away from changing a tire. You're sitting with the crew chief.
yep,
You're sitting with the engineers. You're hearing it all on your headsets. Like, it's amazing. It really is. So, you know, for those who just go, oh, NASCAR is just a bunch of race cars going around in a circle. That's what I used to think before I ever got into this. It's so much more. And if you look at it
it's so more complicated.
from your standpoint as a veteran, they do so much. The industry does and recognizes our military and our veterans. It is astounding that what they do every weekend, every race. It blows me away,
Yeah,
and the gravity of that is not lost on me either. So,
yeah. You know, the other guy that I would love to have the chance to have a conversation with someday would be Dale Jr. That guy, man, he does so much for the veteran community. That dude, I'd want to high five him, give him a big Zach Bear hug, and
mm,
just say thanks for what you're doing. He, yeah, I know he's got his own podcast and he does his own thing, but that those are the two dudes that I'd want to give big man hugs to and just say thanks for what you do. But it's more than just showing up. They don't just show up.
no,
They 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 participate. Like
yeah,
it's anyone can show up to the dance, but like, do you get on the dance floor and dance? Like that's
mhm,
the analogy I'm going to say for the veteran community. They dance,
yeah,
and they don't dance for one song. They dance for all the songs.
yeah,
And and that's what I love so much about the patriotism that NASCAR exemplifies, and that's why I think it's such a great community, and I love it so much, and I'm such a huge fan. And AJ Almindinger, I think he's a great dude. We did you and I did go-karting with him once,
oh my
and
god.
I still have never seen never seen the footage of this. You may have it, but he almost killed me. Remember that when they went into the corner? Yeah, you
Oh,
remember it now.
I do.
There was a
Uh,
left turn and he drove right through me.
so so AJ is
And
he and I are still he's one of my very best friends. That's what happens when you wind up spending that much time with somebody, right? You're either gonna hate each other or love each other, and he's like a brother to me.
yep.
The funny part about that
So
is,
AJ, when you watch this, I will never forget you for that.
he, well, he almost killed me too, but that's a whole other story. But that's two. That's two. But we're both here. We're both still here.
Yeah, and I love it, and it's a great story.
So let me finish this one. So Dover,
Yeah,
uh, you know, the team was the little team that could, right? Kept trying and scrappy. And, AJ came from a different discipline. He came from open wheel. Race cars
hmm
were honestly, is still one of the best when it comes to a road course, whether that's in a, whether that's in an open wheel car or in a NASCAR race car, doesn't matter. He's still the best, one of the best in the world. right? And AJ
Mhm.
had found something. He and the team had found something special at Dover, Delaware, at the Monster Mile. So we qualified really, really well, right? We ran really, really well. I mean, we led. I'd have to go back and look, but we led, and that's what this is, the most laps. Like, Zach, I thought we were going to win that day. I really
So do
did.
I. I was sitting right there, and I thought we were gonna win.
Right? Like, everything was going right. We had great pit stops. We had,
Great pit stops.
we had, luck. There's a lot of luck that goes into this sport, but everything has to go right. And it was until it didn't, right?
And until that moment.
Until that moment, right? So, so we cut a tire, and can't remember if it was right rear or right, if it was right rear or left rear, but I'd have to look. I'd have to look because I can look, but we cut a tire. We had to pit off cycle, and it's a mile track, so it doesn't take long to go 3 laps down. So while they were changing the tire and putting gas in, which takes probably at that point in time, I'm thinking 12 seconds ish, right? We'll call it a 12 to
Mhm.
14-second pit stop, which seems like forever when you were leading the race and you were poised to win for the first time, right? So,
Ever.
so we come off pit road. We're a couple laps down, but we got time, and things worked out. They still worked out. If I remember right, we fought really, really hard. And this is again going back to teamwork and great leadership. And we're there to see it all in action. And a great driver who was on one of his best tracks. I know we finished on the lead lap. I think it was like sixth place, if I remember right. I'll have to fact check myself when we get done here, but I, that was pretty incredible coming back from that scenario that I just described. And at the reason that I have this painting and decided to turn it into the prints that Doug Selly has one of was because this was close to a win as we'd ever gotten. It was a really, really amazing, even though we did not win. It was all the things that you could hope for in a race outside of that one piece.
Mhm.
And you were there. You got to experience it.
I was I was there, man.
It was amazing, right?
It was an amazing race.